Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
There was a book, and it said, Think and Grow Rich.
And I remember going through the pages and reading the principles.
The foundation of this is anything the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, regardless of how many times you may have failed in the past or how lofty your aims and hopes may be.
Manifesting is real.
Now, whatever you send into the universe sends right back at you. And when it's coming back, that's your law of attraction.
It's a choice. It's a matter of the heart. That your mindset could change your whole atmosphere. That you can turn your mess into a message and your test into a testimony.
Everything comes from the imagination.
A lot of people were surprised when they found out that you've been signing your name as Champ 2011. How did that come about?
I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that that you can speak things into existence. And I believe that when you know where you're going and you know what you want, the universe has a way of stepping aside for you. And me signing my signature with Champion 2011 on it, can't hurt me. It can't hurt me. It could only help me to believe it even more.
I feel confident because I'm the best player in the world. That's simple.
I wrote myself a check for $10 million per picture.
See, this is
by Thanksgiving 1995. That's the actual check I wrote myself 4 years ago, and that's so I'm kind of here to say that visualization does work.
When you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you devote your life to it like a maniac, like you're all in on this thing, and you manifest, most of these people end up doing what they say they're going to do and being who they say they're going to become. It's real.
People like us, we're crazy in the sense that we believe it's almost delusional sometimes.
Yes.
You have like greatness and madness and next door neighbors, and they just borrow each other's sugar once in a while. I've manifested things that I'm just like, I still shock myself, like, how the f did I make that happen? And this is not even to do with fighting, this is to do with my personal life. And I'm like, I made that happen. And this is through this like manifesting subconsciously as well. Just years of something just manifesting, and boom, it's right there. I'm just like, shit, I really made that happen. It's scary, man. It's scary for me to even think about.
You attract, not just what you feel, you attract what you feel, what you are, what you attract.
What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying, I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it.
Unpack the gift of the present and let the future be your motivation. Everybody is looking to manifest. We're all looking to manifest something. We'll lose sleep to manifest, and we'll work 2 or 3 jobs to manifest, and we'll study for hours in a day to manifest. We are all looking to manifest something.
Let me call your attention to a great power which is under your control. A power which is greater than poverty, greater than the lack of education, greater than all of your fears and superstitions combined. It is the power to take possession of your own mind and direct it to whatever ends you may desire.
I went home and I prayed for a bicycle, and then I got a bicycle. Showed up in my living room. Brand new Mustang bike. I put it in one of the scenes in Eternal Sunshine. A Mustang bike with a banana seat. I manifested it. I stood there in an open field like this, with my arms out.
Once I started to transition from, I don't know what I'm going to do, how am I going to ever get off my sister's couch, who will ever pay me, how am I ever to get to graduate, how am I ever to gain experience, I'm too young. Once I started shifting all those thoughts to, it is possible, I do believe in myself, I am great, I'm going to work really hard to develop skills that are going to help me move me forward. That's when everything started to shift. When I shifted, my inner world, my outer world opened up to me for incredible possibilities. And it started with those principles that are in the book.
I don't care what level you get to. I need you to dream, right? I need you to, guys, I need you to spend a considerable amount of time dreaming every single day. Let me tell you why. I've noticed that the people who dream and those people who dream big have a different kind of life than the people who don't dream. And so there are a few things that we have to understand in order to manifest this future. The future, when it is no longer a distant dream, some possibility, some idea, but it's a very present target. All of a sudden, everything changes. And so you may be average, you may be ordinary, but you have the opportunity every single day to make extraordinary decisions. And what you do today will determine your future.
So if you in here and you like, I'm scared, whatever you do this for me. Do not sabotage yourself with fear. Fear is not real. That's something in your brain. Like, it does not exist. How do we get over it? You get over it by dreaming of what you can be. Come on, y'all gotta hear what I'm saying. There are those of you in this room, you spend a majority of your life doing what other people want you to do. You don't even know who you are. And so even what you're doing, you're not doing at 120% because you're doing what somebody else wants you to do. And you're not good enough to be somebody else.
The future you would say thank you for not allowing the despair and the anguish and the anger and the bitterness and the jealousy and the ego to eat away at your progress and your perseverance and your ability to travail and endure.
What you're trained.
All right. There we go. Good morning, guys. How are we doing? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can see my screen so we can start our morning session here. Once again, of course, every Wednesday morning we have our session. If you're watching the recording through my YouTube channel, you can just send me maybe through Instagram, maybe through Telegram, maybe through Discord. Doesn't matter how you can get on these sessions live, all right? Because every Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., I'm doing these sessions. And of course, you're always more than welcome. We don't have a lot of people today, so it will be very, very nice to go over the charts together to see what happened last week with the price traps we had, and of course to make some new price traps for this week. Now, before I want to dive into the charts, I want to talk about what's basically going on in the world, because you have seen the trade war going on between China, America, Europe, and so on and so forth. Well, last Wednesday, we got the announcement from Trump that he will pause these tariffs for 90 days, except for China, all right? So that announcement really shook up the market, okay? And last week, I'm pretty sure I've warned you guys for these type of things, that there's only one announcement needed to really mess up the charts or to really create some crazy movements. And in our type of strategy, it pretty much messed up the charts, all right? I don't say that there are it doesn't exist that you can react on these type of things. Of course it can, but with our strategy, price trap, we are not really focused on the fundamental side. We simply make sure we are aware, and we are always following our risk management, so we do not lose more than we want to, all right? Especially during these type of news events and these type of times in the charts, all right? To go through or to go further with the news, what do we have today is the USD and Canadian like all afternoon, okay? I don't expect maybe like these crazy movements we have seen last Wednesday, but please be aware between 2:30 and especially 7:30 with Fed Chair Powell that you will be seeing, or you will have to make sure to maybe go break even, take out some partials or that kind of stuff when these kind of news events are happening, or that you're able to watch it and maybe pull yourself out just before it, or that's 100% your own choice how you deal with it. But the only thing I can do is warn you about these type of events, all right? For tomorrow, it's pretty simple. We do have the CPI on NZD, and we also have a massive news event on AUD. This is something I want to warn you from. Wow. Because if you have any price traps that will happen, for example, in the afternoon on the AUD pairs, the NZD pairs, the GPY pairs, please be aware that tonight we do have some pretty strong impact news coming in, okay? After that, don't forget we have some bank holidays going on, coming Friday and Monday. So the market could turn up really slow and maybe even just consolidating for the rest of these days. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share about the news. We do have some pretty strong impact news coming in, so please be aware of that and put yourself in a good position when we're talking about risk and that kind of stuff. All right, so good. Let's talk about what happened with the price rush from last week, because yeah, we did had some opportunities, but most of them really got messed up. And that's what I said about the tariffs and the trade war that was going on. Wednesday, I think, yeah, it was around 7, maybe a little early, or like 6:30 or something like that. We have seen the announcement of the pause of 90 days. And that's exactly what we have seen here in the charts, all right? If you see a candle like this, and you're like, yeah, but we're looking for sells on Pricetrap. I want to sell, and in the middle you're trying to sell. Look what's happening. You will get wrecked. All right, don't do that. Stay away from it. If you see the market acting like this, it's better to just take off your hands of the charts and watch how it plays out. Okay, wait for the market to create some new structure where you can work with, and so on and so forth. So what we have seen on ADCHF is pretty simple. Market just crushed all the way through to the upside and made this price trap invalid. Okay, so good. That was for AUD/CHF. Euro USD we didn't have. Here we have Euro AUD, pretty much the same. I was waiting personally here. So market was breaking out, coming back for that retest. I was waiting to get these lows broken and react here on this demand zone. And we haven't seen any reactions, of course, because of that announcements we have seen this past Wednesday. All right, so yeah, this is why I say, like, in these times, specifically in these times, I think the next 90 days will be pretty calm, but in these times you always want to be aware of what's going on around the world, and just, yeah, follow Trump on Twitter. That's one hell of a tip I can give you, so you know the updates, you know what's going on. But just, yeah, be safe out there. All right, I know in these times it can be itchy, or it can be like, I want to trade. I do understand you, but please just stay away from it when you see these crazy things happen. I know back in the days, like 6 years ago, something like that, I was the same. If I saw a candle like that, I was like, I'm looking for buys. It's definitely gonna turn. It's definitely gonna turn. And I was buying, and just losing. That's not the position where you want to be in. Okay, so that's for Euro AUD. Let's move on. We also had Euro Pound. This one did give a breakout retest before the news. Like you can see, market broke out, came back for the retest, gave us the beautiful engulfing candle on the 1 hour time frame, a morning star on the 30-minute time frame, and the 15-minute time frame also showed us an engulfing candle. Like you can see, I have to zoom in for that one. Like you can see here. So if you are a price action trader, you had a beautiful opportunity here to react, like around this area, with like a stop of 15 pips, something like that. Market took off for more than 55 pips, or around 55 pips. A 1-on-3 was possible on this one, like you can see. Okay, so let's just say we would use the old way of reacting here, or old way, it still works, of course, of our price traps. And that was, if for the people who can remember, using that fib on your engulfing candle and react on the closest fib level, you would see that you had, like I said, around a 15 pip to 20 pip maybe stop, and then of course market take potential of, yeah, around 55 pips. So a 1-on-3 was possible. If you went for 20 pip stop, it was a little harder. Could be that your stop profits got hit. But if you see the market turn around so close to your take profit levels, please just take out some partials. All right, I've been there, done that, been there. I don't do that again. So if I see market turning around a few pips from my take profit, just take a little of partial out of it and see where the market will go. It's perfectly possible the market will just keep on moving, but it's also perfectly possible it will go straight to your break-even level. Okay, so good. Then we have Euro NZD, same scenario that like Euro AUD. I was waiting for the market to get deeper into my zone. It did get deeper, but it went all the way through it. All right, So like I said, yeah, the market just did some crazy things that Wednesday. Same thing for SDCHF. I cannot say a lot about it because market just broke out, shoot it all the way up. I know some people are using limits. I hope you were in time to delete these limits the moment the announcement came, but yeah, pretty hard, of course. For the rest, yeah, I cannot say a lot about it. We haven't seen any price action. I'm personally really like a favorite of reacting on the price action than reacting with limits. And yeah, we just didn't get any price action. And you could say like, yeah, but what about this? This is a morning star. This is engulfing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but what about this? Market broke highs. So that's not really interesting anymore to keep on looking for sells, all right? Don't marry a direction. That's something I said a lot of times in the past. Oh, this one here. That's something I said a lot of times in the past. Don't marry a direction. The market can turn around at any moment, at any point. And that's exactly what I mean. Like if you were only looking for sells here, you got blinded by this breakout retest, and you totally forget about this high that is getting broken here. All right. So this is something you really want to pay attention at. There we go. Then we have two more. CHF JPY did give us a good breakout retest here. So market broke out, came back to the retest. If you watch the lower time frames, we did get some good price action. 50-minute wasn't really clear. Here we have the engulfing, but on the 30-minute, it was very clear in my opinion. This engulfing candle was beautifully showing us that the market was ready to go up. Same thing here. We have that morning star, which was showing us that the market was trying to turn around. So you had some opportunities here to maybe find yourself an entry, but like you can see, because of the volatility of this market, yeah, it's already 55 to 60 pips stop loss, which is not really a problem in markets like this because you know the market is moving pretty fast. So if you have, for example, that 60 pip stop, you see that the market gave you a potential of around 340 pips. So a 1-on-3 was possible. But I personally, yeah, I'm not really a fan of taking trades with a stop loss of 55 pips or 60 pips, or I'd rather go with like 15, 20, 25, maybe 30, but that's where it ends for me, all right? That's, of course, a personal preference, okay? So that's for CHF JPY. If we look at gold, what happened with gold? I deleted this line, but on the session, I talked about this line here. I told you I want to see the market creating at least an equal high here before I would be interested in a breakout retest to the upside. Yeah, we got the equal high, but we didn't get the retest, all right? Please understand, this is trading, okay? We had, I think I'm now here back since my pause of the sessions. I think I'm back for like 1.5 months, almost 2 months. In all these weeks that I've been giving price traps, we have seen some crazy results. Only the last week we are seeing some, yeah, not the best price traps or not the best price action because of course the announcements of the pause on the tariffs and so on and so forth. But I just want to say this because a lot of people think that trading is always every single week profit, 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 profit. Nah, it's not gonna happen, all right? Prepare yourself for that. You will have weeks that you will have a losing streak, but you will have to create rules for yourself to keep yourself away or you can have a losing streak, but you will have to be aware of yourself if you're in that losing streak so that you can step out of it. You know, a lot of people get stuck in that losing streak because they're losing. They want to make that loss back, so they start revenge trading and they keep going and going and going, which at the end they are blowing accounts or blowing funded challenges, or I don't know. All right, they're really getting hurt financial wise because they cannot leave it alone that you are in a losing streak and you need to step back to reflect on what's exactly happening. Okay, so this is such an important thing. When you're in trading, you always want to make sure that you're looking at yourself, that you're journaling your thought process, how you are in the charts and that kind of stuff, because the better you will know or the better you know yourself, the better you will be in your charts. Yeah, of course. Because of the tariffs, you will see that the products in the USA or products from the USA will get a lot more expensive, of course. Okay, you will see the impact of the tariffs on a lot of different products. I know that some how do I say it? Some companies are like moving with their products as fast as possible to avoid these taxes, to avoid these tariffs. But yeah, we will see how it will develop. Like I say, I'm not the most fundamental guy. I know some things, but that's not my focus. Also, when I'm here in the charts, my personal focus is pure technical, and I'm just looking in the Forex factory, making sure I keep an eye out on the Twitter of Trump. If announcements like this are coming out, that I'm ready and I can protect myself against these crazy things. All right, good. We're gonna look like, or we're gonna look for some price traps for today. Any price traps you guys have? Maybe you're looking at some pairs that you say like, yeah, I do like this structure. I want to work with that. Maybe we can use that for today or the coming week. Because in my opinion, if I'm looking or if I'm walking through the charts, I don't really see a lot of price traps. I did trap this one yesterday. Not only yesterday, I trapped this one, I think, from Friday already. Yeah, Friday, around Friday, I made this trap, but we are still in between this. Could take a while till this one breaks out. We're also very high in price, of course. So this will be the first one. Like you can see, it also has a red flag, but of course, I'm using a different layout. That's the reason why it's empty. Euro USD, Euro AD, I don't like it. We don't have a lot of structure. Euro Canadian, doubtful. I will get back to that one. Let me give it a pink flag for a moment. Euro CHF, yeah, I've also got a red flag on that one. Why? Because I was waiting to get a break of the support zone. I put it on this resistance zone to see if we break to the upside to have an opportunity to follow that breakout, of course. That's why we are trapping the markets. We always want to follow the breakouts. So this will be the next one. If we want to break up, same scenario like gold last week. Let's see if we can create that equal high because we still have some supply where the market could react. We also had like last week or in the beginning of the week, I trapped this and I told them like, watch out for this supply zone. So if the market goes higher, I want to see it attack these highs before I would be interested in selling this. And that's exactly what happened. Like you can see, market went above the highs and then reacted crazy on this supply zone. Okay, so same thing now. If market goes higher, I want to see that equal high at least. I do like UCAT. Yeah, I think I also have it. Yes, of course, I have this one also. Let me check. Nice price trap. Very clean. Yes, I got it. Like you can see, need to get an orange flag, of course, because we are back for the retest. Like this. There we go. So that's for USD Canadian. Let's see where we can get with this one. I do see the market going a little lower, so maybe get this candle out of this with the imbalance. Last 1 hour candle before the breakout. What do you think about this trap? Let me check. What is this? This is, what kind of pair is this? Ah, the Australian, AD USD. I see it. I see it. Excuse me. I didn't understand what I was seeing here. AD USD. Yeah, you could go. It's indeed following beautifully this structure. The reason why I didn't trap it is basically because I'm too late and then I just stay away from it. I made too many mistakes in the past that I wanted to FOMO myself, like, yeah, in the price traps because I missed it. But this is pretty nice. This is pretty good structure wise. We do have some good price action on that 1 hour time frame. 15-minute beautifully reacted here on, yeah, that 1 hour candle with the imbalance. It's looking good, looking good. Let's see where you can get. This is looking pretty nice. Look at this 30-minute engulfing. I think you react on the 1 hour, right? No, you did on the 30. Nice one. Let's see where you can get. Especially, yeah, you're following the trend, which is always good. Like you can see, market is really creating higher highs, higher lows. And yeah, chances are high that this high will be your target or a little bit above that, and market will get there, in my opinion. Of course, market can do whatever the market wants to do. That's why we use risk management, but it's looking pretty good here. I'm going to leave it just for the people to use it as education, to go back on this one. Of course, if we can break above that, maybe we can just wait for a new breakout retest, but I'm just going to leave it like this, so people can use this for education. So there we go. Where was I? Euro CHF, yes sir. Euro pounds, nope, don't like it. No clear structure. Euro JPY, same thing. I really want to get these clean charts with some clean structure, which is not really a lot of price traps we have. This was one from yesterday. Beautiful take profit. Let me just show you. Same thing. You can use it as education. So I got this support zone. I got this resistance zone. Market broke out, came back for the retest, and then boom, went all the way down. Was a beauty. That was the one I took yesterday. The only one. But at this point, I'm gonna just maybe leave it. That's not really what I like to see here. These are really hard charts, or it's a little bit more difficult in my opinion. A difficult period. This is, yeah, normal. I can remember the period of March 2020. Everyone knows this date. That was also pretty nasty. But the market will come back and do what it does for years, so don't worry about that. Now for SDUSD, I do like this structure, but please be careful. If we go lower to that support zone, it could react on this demand to the upside. All right. So if we want to see a breakout, we want to see the market attacking that low, creating at least that equal low to get back and then the retest to go to the downside. But at this point, we are uptrending, so this is just the downside scenario. We could definitely just break out retest and keep on moving up. Would be good for the AUD/USD, of course, because these two follow each other pretty good, pretty strong. That's USD Canadian. We already have that one. USD CHF, I think this is simple, very simple. High and low. There we go. The same as the USD, or which one is this? Yeah, of course. Easy. Yeah, I love it. Love it. What you drew there. Amazing. There we go. So UCHF, also a good price trap. UJ, same thing. Almost exactly the same chart like UCHF or USD CHF. There we go. Easy structure. Clear high and low. That's always what I'm looking for. The more you will see me doing this, the easier it will be to find yourself these price traps. You see it in the chat. They are sending out some price traps and they're all basically the same. Just focusing on structure. That's it. Highs and lows, one of the most powerful things you can use, of course, in the markets. That's almost the only thing I use. There we go. JPY, don't like it. Doubtful. Just breakout retest. I'm gonna leave it. Doubting too much. And you know, if I'm doubting too much, I just leave it. I did had gold also, but look at this massive breakout. We can see if the market gets back and we get some price action, we can of course still react on this, but it's taking off for yeah, pretty far already. So we gotta pay attention. We gotta be careful when the market gets down here. There is a gap here, so this is interesting. An OG, original gap. We shall see where we can get. That will be it, I think. No, I'm not gonna force it. Euro Canadian, I'm just gonna leave it like it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 price reps. Oh no, GN is not one. 9 price reps. Beautiful. AUD following up that retest, looking good. So let me go over one more time. Euro USD, yeah, it's in between the zones. It can take a while till this one breaks out. Euro CHF, like I said, if we go higher, we want to see that equal high created. And the USD, if we go lower, same thing for the low. Equal low needs to be created before I would be interested in moving down. So it is possible, of course, if the market gets back here to find yourself an entry to the upside, but not if the market creates equal lows. Then we have UCAD waiting for that retest. I'm really interested in this zone over here. At this moment, we don't have the price action yet, so we need to wait. USD CHF, yeah, waiting for the breakout retest. UJ, same thing. CAD CHF, same thing. And then, of course, gold. Let's see if we can get back for a retest, yes or no. Okay, but these will be the price reps for the next week. Okay, you have seen the couple of weeks. If you're pretty new here or you're following the morning sessions for the first time, you can just go through the recordings and see how it's working, and see what power it has to just use highs and lows in your trading. The results are already crazy from the last month and a half. Of course, this week wasn't really wow, or last week. Let's see what this week will bring. Like I said, trading is not always profit, profit, profit. You will experience loss. You will have stop losses or like a streak of stop losses, 3, 4 in a row, but don't let that mess you up. All right. A lot of people get messed up because of a losing streak. Well, get to know yourself. Journal how you think, how you react in the charts, and create rules for yourself so you cannot have these losing streaks again. For me personally, I know it's getting tweaky up here in my mind when I'm at three stop losses in a row. And then I know, like, okay, let's just take a step back. Let's just reflect on what happened and see how we can deal with it and get back in our zone. All right, because that's what you want to be. You want to be in the zone, like the book Trading in the Zone. If you have never read this before, shame on you. Get yourself that book and read this book, because I've learned so much from that. Good. Let's talk about crypto. This is pretty much the chart I've shared last week. Bitcoin, we are still in bearish structure. All right, I've been talking about this supply zone. Of course, this was the first one I was talking about. Last Wednesday, this was the bullish candle. We were all the way back into this supply, and then the market reacted pretty strong. So you saw the market coming in, reacting to the downside. So beautiful sell opportunity, by the way. But then we started moving higher again. And like you can see, that 1 hour or 4 hour time frame is really creating uptrending structure. So we want to pay attention to that. I'm going to delete that zone, because right now, in my opinion, this is the zone to be paying attention at. Let me get back to the 4 hour. There we go. And then we want to look what the market is going to do. Let me just delete this. So I want to make sure everything's clear. There we go. So what we want to pay attention at right now, or what I personally see happening, is the breakout of these lows, a retest back for at least this demand zone. I can do that, but I will repeat the question for the people who are watching the recording. Will you send your monthly summary from Trading Journal? How many percentage of account and pips you caught? I can do that as a potential, right? Because not everyone can trade all the way through or can take every single pair because of work or that kind of stuff. So I can just share a potential of all the trades that were good and all the trades that were bad, and then give you like a visual, like how it could be if you react on every single trade. All right, I can do that, of course. Am I gonna do it exactly like what I reacted on personally? Not really, because I don't want to make any income claims or that kind of stuff. Or I just I can just journal like all the different price traps we have taken or we could take in the past weeks. All right, so you have like a clear view on which price traps were good, which were not good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me do that. Maybe next week I will be ready. Of course, 1 week is enough to do that. And I will share it, I think in the Telegram channel or just on the live channel. I will see how I will do this. All right, but I will look into that. Good. But to go back into crypto, like you can see, we have these lows. I see the market like these all these equal lows is a very high chance that the market will break out, come back for the retest, and then go all the way to the demand zones. And then it will be very interesting. Can we respect this zone, this demand zone, or is it time for the breakout? Or is it time for the market to respect this and maybe a potential breakout to the upside? All right, we are really like bottoming out here. All right, like you can see, market creates lows, and now the 4-hour is also creating uptrending structure. Daily still bearish like crazy, so long term I'm still looking at downside movements, but that 4-hour is really trying to create that that bullish structure. Does this mean that the market will go higher from this point? Of course not, because look at this. We have seen this already. Okay, look where we are. I don't know, but doesn't this look pretty the same? All right, so the chances are very high. Look at my arrows that we will go lower, retest, and go lower again. Go lower, retest, and go lower again. Then, of course, this one is just a speculation, but if we are going lower, chances are high that we just break through all of it and go to the 74, 70K area, all right? Perfectly possible. But of course, I just put the zone on here, so you can pay attention if the market gets back here, that we have a potential to the upside, okay? So this is pretty much the vision I have. Not a lot has changed, to be honest, because we are still around the same zones from last week, okay? So daily, still bearish. Weekly, same thing, still bearish. Or yeah, on the short term, of course, because if you do this, I don't think I'm bearish here. All right, so always zoom out and look how the market has been performing last years. So this is the bearish talk I'm doing is just like the coming days, weeks, but not in total, of course. That's something we will have to pay attention at if the market comes here. All right, if the market comes here and it cannot hold all these levels, it's not looking too good. It could be possibly starting to look like a bear market, okay? But that's all future. Like you guys know, I don't like to speculate a lot. I don't like to say like this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. I just follow up on a daily basis, okay? And that's basically it. If we take a look at the total market cap, look at my arrows. Oof, almost pinpoint, almost exactly what the market looked. This is Wednesday, right? Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There we go. We were exactly here at this point. I drew these arrows live on the session. Beautiful how the market followed that up. Beautiful. Others, yeah, here we are simply waiting for break of structures to see the altcoin running. So these are all highs we need to pay attention at to break it like this. But at this point, we are respecting bearish structure, so I expect the market to keep on dropping. Ethereum, same thing. This is going deep. I didn't expect for Ethereum to go this deep, but we are going deep. So please pay attention on what's going on, also fundamentally wise on Ethereum, because this is risky. Okay. We also have Ripple. I didn't respect fully what I drew, but we did have the reaction here. Now we are higher, creating equal highs. Interesting, but still bearish, of course. because we broke lows and we are now creating lower highs. So let's see if the market gets back. Same thing here, 4-hour zone. Can we break through that, or will we respect? That's the big question. Stellar, exact same thing. This one didn't make an equal high, so this is bearish, more bearish than Ripple. We also have Solana, just going through the most favorite cryptos a lot of people use or trade or invest in. But we are basically on every single pair, we are at the same levels. We are at the same breakout retest, supply zones respected, going down again. By the way, it's almost back at entry, right? No? Yeah, amazing. So that's for Cardano. Same thing here. If the market gets to these lows, pay attention because we need to break through it to see the market going lower. If we respect this, don't be surprised when the market does this. All right. So these are the two options we have. That will be it, I think. Maybe any questions? Maybe you guys want to see a certain crypto, or you have some questions for me. If there are no more questions, I think we are ready for today. I gave you guys a vision on crypto. I gave you guys what could potentially happen in the upcoming days/weeks. So let's see. Of course, like I said last week, I do have like a Discord community where we are sharing ideas, talking about charts and that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, just send me a DM, get into my private messages, and I will help you out and get you into the Discord channel. It's maybe just more, how do I say it? Yeah, more fun to be in a Discord channel where we can really talk to each other or chat with each other, share charts and that kind of stuff, because in the Telegram channel it's not really possible. This is more like an announcement channel where I drop my calls, my recordings, and that's it. So yeah, if you're interested in joining, just let me know in a private message, and I will help you out to join this beautiful community. But that will be it. I think I'm ready. I don't see any questions coming in. I want to wish you all a beautiful week. We see each other next week, of course, for a new session. We will review every single price trap we have done for today. We have enough price traps that we can react on today and upcoming days, of course. So let's see what the market will give us in the coming 7 days. All right. So thank you all for being here, and we see each other back next week, 8:30, of course, Brussels time zone in the morning. Okay. So thank you all. Wish you the best. See you very soon again. Ciao, ciao.